Do we already know what to expect from the biggest movie ever made?
Find out next on the show.
Good morning, Scallywags.
Tuesday. We're musing a little bit on perhaps the biggest movie, the biggest
At least
blockbuster
in scale, the biggest movie ever made. And that is, of course, Avengers Infinity War. Affinity War?
Affinity
War.
I have an affinity. Infinity with an I.
Yeah.
Infinity Wars.
So today we're going to be looking at some theories and kind of finding out, throwing our 2 cents worth in there. Some of the more popular theories or questions, you might say, about Infinity War, what to expect, what may or may not be in there, who may or may not be in there. And where is that pesky soul stone?
Yeah, where is that pesky soul stone?
Let's just start there.
Where
is we've seen everything else out of the 6 stones, we've seen 5 of them. Where is the soul stone?
I mean, we know where all of them are. Like you said, we know where 5 of them are.
Yeah.
But I personally want to believe that the Infinity Stone is our man Heimdall's eyes.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he has one line.
There's one line in the movie where the way one, of course, he has the orange eyes, which we know that orange is the color of the soul stone. And he does throw it out there that I can see every soul within the 9 realms.
Yeah, he doesn't look like any other set of eyes in Asgard, or for that matter, most of the MCU.
Right.
I mean, most of the MCU has these regular-looking eyes, and then you've got Heimdall's.
Now, personally, I don't really know that I have an opinion on this one. I mean, I really don't. Well, not that I don't have an opinion necessarily, but I don't have a theory, I guess. I mean, the kind of the popular ones are Heimdall. You've got, which I mean, that was until Ragnarok, and then nothing happened with it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it couldn't still. Kind of big thing going around right now is that Tony might have had it all along. Tony Stark.
Yeah, but
just because of some promotional art and some other stuff. But basically, there was a poster released, and then some cups that were released, or pictures thereof, that show all of the stones and the person that has been associated with that stone, or bringing that stone into the picture. So, like the Time Stone, you've got Doctor Strange, Vision with the Infinity, or with the Mind Stone. But then, whenever it gets to the Soul Stone, on both the posters and the cups, it shows Iron Man. Now, that may be that it could be in Infinity War that Iron Man, not necessarily that he has it, but that he is the one to bring it into the picture, or maybe defend it. Which kind of leads to what, I guess the closest thing to a theory that I have is that we know that part of the movie takes place on Titan, which is Thanos' home planet, and one of the moons of Saturn, I believe. But I think it's there. I think that's where it's at. And since we have seen Tony fighting there, I think that that's what it is. I think that he's just going to be the one trying to defend from Thanos getting it. The other popular theories on that, obviously, being that it's still in Wakanda somehow, or what were some of the other ones?
Well, the biggest thing is we know that, at least in Thor Ragnarok, at the very end, as they're leaving a destroyed Asgard, they run into Thanos' ship. Now, why is Thanos coming to Asgard?
Well, that's also
the last
where the
thing
Tesseract
we
is.
knew is, the Tesseract, which has the Space Stone, was still in the vaults of Odin's vault in Asgard.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that could simply be why he's going there. But, I mean, certainly
maybe
if there were 2 of them there,
maybe
then
he's killing 2 birds with one stone.
I mean, hey. But they also made a big deal at the end of the Dark World about how no 2 stones should be together.
That is true. They wanted to keep everything separate.
So unless they didn't know that that's where Heimdall's getting his power from, which you would think they would know something. You would
think
that.
You would think Odin would at least know,
right? Then, but so I don't know. The other kind of popular fan theory is that with Adam Warlock,
and we did see
we've seen
nod to Adam Warlock in the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah, we've seen the beginnings of him there, where they're creating him. I mean, and maybe what makes the perfect being is that he has a soul where the other ones don't.
Yeah,
but I personally like this one, and the only reason I do like this one is the fact that you're making the Infinity Gauntlet storyline into a movie without Adam Warlock is wrong.
Yeah,
Marvel. I'm sorry. I've read those comics. It's one of the very few story arcs in Marvel that I truly enjoyed, and to make it without Adam Warlock is just straight up wrong.
I mean, Adam Warlock survived the fact that Thanos
He was the key to the whole
destroyed
thing.
half of the known races in the galaxy. And Adam Warlock made a comment, and I don't remember the original text, but it was something like, even through that, he still couldn't undo me.
Yeah. But, I mean, Adam Warlock was the key to defeating Thanos in that whole comic book story arc. That's what I'm saying. So to make that without him is just flat out wrong. So, what do you guys think? Where is the Soul Stone?
Yeah.
Moving on. Who's going to die?
My money. See,
Now the Russos have gone on record saying that there will be multiple
deaths,
and that they will be permanent. Like, no coming back from this. Now, we've seen set pictures from Avengers 4. And we've seen pretty much all the major players, but there's also a big theory going around that Part 4 is actually going to be a big time travel movie, which means that just because you're seeing these guys doesn't mean that they're not still alive in the current timeline. It also, they've also gone on record saying that there's been several huge set piece type things that they have gone out and filmed just to throw people off.
That would be very Disney-esque.
Yeah, and that could be big. So
my money's on. I think this is the last movie we see.
I got at least 2.
I think this is the last movie we see Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Unfortunately, if he's the character that, if there was ever a character made for Robert Downey Jr., it was Tony Stark.
If there was ever an actor made for Tony Stark, it was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, and to see him actually end his run in the MCU is going to be a little sad.
I honestly think that the MCU could very much go downhill after he leaves. Yeah. And I mean, it's a matter. If it's not now, it is a matter of when.
It's a matter of when. I think we've seen the last of RDJ. They've kind of hinted at a couple of things for Chris Hemsworth to come back as Thor, and one of them is a little known promotional piece that they had drawn up of the Stormbreaker. Yeah. And if you know any of Marvel's lore, Stormbreaker...
that's coming in with this
yes, movie. But Stormbreaker is Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, there has actually been talk of Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill was actually going to have a cameo in Ragnarok, but they took out the cameo and replaced his head still in there as an Easter egg. His head's
in there as an Easter egg.
But he himself was actually supposed to be in Ragnarok.
So I don't know if that's going to be an Easter egg.
They said that Beta Ray Bill is coming, but I mean, Beta Ray Bill taking over... I don't know how. I don't know
that I
would
like that
movies.
As Thor, but
we also know that they're going cosmic after Avengers 4. So I mean, in Phase 4. So I don't know. Personally, I believe that Hawkeye's family dead, all of them,
including Hawkeye,
wife and kids. No, not Hawkeye.
Not Hawkeye.
Because we've seen set photos of Jeremy Renner in 4, and he's wearing his Ronin outfit. I think his family's going to die, Hawkeye's going to snap, and he's going to become Ronin. I think the Cap's going to die. I think that Steve Rogers is finally going to bite the big one. He has Chris Evans has made multiple mentions about how he's ready to move on. And I mean, we thought it was going to happen in Civil War. It should have happened in Civil War. Now, and I'm starting to believe after Black Panther, I'm starting to believe that Bucky is in fact not going to replace him as Cap.
No, I think it's going to be Falcon.
And I'm totally cool with that. I'm totally cool with that.
I really do. I think Sam's going to become the new Captain America.
Or Marvel, you can do what I've been begging for a while and finally move the Netflix guys into the movie and give us the Punisher Cap.
Ooh,
because that was like the coolest thing that has ever happened ever.
For just a few issues, but I don't care.
Fun. I don't care. It was fun. Or at least carry it over into the Punisher season 2 after he dies or something, you know.
See, I don't see Captain America as far as the Chris Evans version of Captain America, the Steve Rogers. I think he's going to go away, and I think he's going to go away permanently. But I don't think Rogers dies. I don't see them killing off.
He's just going to retire.
I just think he's going to retire. He's going to hang his hat up.
So the big one then. Are we going to see some tie-in crossover to anything?
Well, you did mention, and Marvel has mentioned as well as Disney, that Phase 4 is going to go cosmic. What better family to bring in if you're going to go cosmic than the Fantastic Four?
Now, about this, there's a couple of things that have popped up here recently. Number one being there's a big theory going around, and you got to actually watch the trailer for this. I tried to find a picture, and this was the best that I could come up with. okay? And you really can't tell anything from that picture.
Yeah.
But if you watch the Infinity War trailer, at the moment where it shows Peter Parker on the bus, the hair stands up, he looks out the window, he sees the big ring in the sky. You also see Avengers Tower there. Now, if you'll think back to Homecoming, Spider-Man Homecoming, they made a big deal about how the Avengers Tower had sold, and we got to get everything out of here. We got to get everything out of here so the new tenants can move in. Well, there had to be a reason for that. And we noticed that in the trailer that the Avengers Tower is very, very blurred out, even though it's in a portion of the screen that probably shouldn't be blurred.
Well, and the fact that most of the other buildings around it are pretty sharp.
Pretty sharp. But if you look on the building where the Avengers logo was, which was a gold A, there is still a circle there where the A was, but you see kind of a blue shape in it. It kind of looks like a 4. Is Avengers Tower the new Baxter building?
It'd be a prominent place to put it.
Which, honestly, it always kind of looked like the Baxter building, in my opinion, as far as the way they designed it in the movies. So, I mean, obviously, that's where they're going with that. Now, is that in this movie? We don't know. Now, I think the original plans for when the merger would be complete was supposed to be April or so of this year.
May, yeah.
Well, then they moved up the release date.
Oh yeah, we've got to talk about
April.
Marvel's tweet between them and Robert Downey
Exactly.
Jr.
So they put out this tweet about.
Well, Robert put out a tweet. Hey, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Hang on a sec. I want to get this read
There was
right.
a response put out by Marvel in a tweet that was, I mean,
blatantly obvious. Come on, internet.
Basically, the gist of it was they put out
yes.
there about
Robert Downey Jr. goes, any chance that I could see Avengers earlier? And then Marvel tweets back, anything for you, Mr. Stark. How's April 27th? Then he goes on, can I see it with a few friends? Do you mean these friends? And Marvel goes ahead and gives all the Chris Evans and Mark Ruffalo and stuff. And then Robert goes, the entire world. Then Marvel Studios. This is Disney. Disney doesn't do anything.
They don't make mistakes.
They don't make mistakes.
But their response was, and I quote, that's a fantastic, in all caps, idea.
Why would you capitalize that one word?
Now, okay, so with the merger, at least as far as we know, with the merger not being complete yet, would they start throwing these types of things out there? Or at least, giving nods that there are other things out there? Well, has anybody watched Jessica Jones Season 2? Did you not catch the part where she mentioned something about how people with powers prefer to be referred to as gifted? That is a direct nod to Xavier's School for the Gifted. A.K.A. the X-Men.
Again, Marvel and Disney do not do anything.
Hints.
They're dropping hints all over the place.
See, it may not be done yet, and yes, there have been a couple of companies that have tried to not Capcom, but what am I looking for?
It's Comcast.
Comcast, thank you. They've tried to pop up and stop the whole thing. It's gonna happen, guys. It's Disney.
Let it happen, guys.
Someone else pops up and like, oh, well, we would like to buy it instead. Disney just says, well, let's just add a few zeros on the end of that check there. Go ahead.
Yeah, keep going.
It's a matter of time, guys. So, I mean, what do you think? What's going to happen in Infinity War? I guess we'll find out here in a couple months. I guess we'll find in about, what is it? Today's the 15th of March. We're going to find out in a month and about 10 days. Something like that, yeah. So, what are your thoughts? Put them down in the comments below.
Yeah, and while you're here, go ahead and check us out on all of our social media platforms, the Facebook, the Instagram, and the Twitter. Go ahead and let us know on those platforms, what do you guys think? Interact with us on those platforms.
And as long as you're on the Facebook, make sure you send us a message about ordering one of the show T-shirts. I don't have it on today.
You don't have it on today. It's kind of
I got my Pennywise shirt on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they come in pretty much whatever color shirt, whatever color tux you like. Short sleeve, $20. Long sleeve, $22. Or you can get one of our fabulous hoodies, of course, judging by today's weather.
You won't need it.
Why would you want one? But hey, good to have for next winter. But $25 on those, and they're extremely soft, extremely comfortable. All those wonderful things.
And you're here watching us on YouTube, so continue to do those YouTube things like liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. It's a mouse click, guys. One of the simplest things you can do during your day.
See? Just
There it's
subscribe.
done. Just subscribe.
See how easy that was? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And don't forget, after you subscribe, to please turn on that bell notification
On all
so you
platforms.
know
Yeah.
when we upload.
Which is every Monday through Friday.
And Saturday.
Sundays if you like the trailers, and then, why don't you?
Why
I mean,
don't you like the
we
trailers?
like
I
the
love the
trailers.
trailers.
They're funny. And then Saturdays if we've got a special.
Yep.
So, yeah. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. We'll see you back tomorrow for our favorite day of the week.
This is Wilson Fisk, and this is your restroom clip of the day.
Hey, guys. Thanks for watching that video. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and if you liked what you see, go ahead and click on our faces to go ahead and subscribe to get all of our Monday through Friday stuff.
Indeed. And here's a couple of links down below that you can follow to watch more shows like it. Tons of great content right here at Scallywag Productions. We'll see you tomorrow.